This is the Two of Wands. Normally you'd see a man holding a globe in his right hand. He stood between two wands, one of which he's holding, and he's in a castle looking out over the mountains and the sea, and there's lots of sort of grapes and sort of fruits depicted in the scene. So you could sort of say the wand here is in the centre. There's sort of like a character dividing the two parts in a way, a bit like the whole Moses thing. Looks like there's the sky on the right hand side almost. With the wind blowing, it looks like a character halfway up is holding on for dear life. And then on the left hand side is almost things taking form from the sky in a sense. These different shapes. So there's that central character. Looks like somebody sort of holding their back to this sort of sky, which I guess is a depiction kind of Newt, but she's normally arching over the sky. This way she's just stood straight. Sort of to the left of her then are all these different symbols, which may mean something. Well, I'm sure they do, I just don't know. There are some cross symbolisms here at the bottom, and what looks a bit like a swimming pool with people jumping in it. There's this sort of like tall pinky figure, possibly looks a bit like an aardvark, which may be a symbol of Set. So again, there's some more symbols up here, sort of, I think probably it's sort of perhaps constellations, although I'm not going to cross-reference them today. There's this figure at the bottom that looks a bit like the Pink Panther lying down. There's another figure halfway up, a bit like a reindeer or a froggy newt type character. About 2/3 of the way up here, there's a leg symbol. It's got a head attached and then a pot or a vase, the foot beneath. The legs relate to walking or the verb to come, I assume in relation to movement. Legs over a pool means to go or set out. It actually made me wonder if it's the origin of this sort of idea of walking on water. Beneath those legs is a foot, and then beneath that is a disembodied hand with something that is outstretched towards. So there's either been a slaughter, or it means something like go set out to the place of whatever that hand's reaching out for. So this card's actually speaking to me of duality, this idea of the shadow self and the conscious self. But actually both parts of this are pleasant. Although sort of higher up on the right, there is a bit more darkness there. So I really get this idea of like not being afraid of the shadow self, using that energy to pull something into the conscious self, which maybe you'd forgotten you could do, or forgotten that you knew, and that it would be really fun and interesting to play around with. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe. I think that's all the twos now. I'll share the threes tomorrow so I don't bore you to death.